So just exploring a couple of lack beliefs based around not being good enough, not having enough through comparison with other people. And if this sounds like you, maybe this will be of interest. So it's really just, looking at the idea of worthiness and where this lack of worthiness comes from. That might be a belief, a core belief of unworthiness. It's a very, very common thing that we've all had to address in some way, one way or another, in order to, move into more expansion, more abundance, and to create, what we want to create in our lives. So, where are you holding yourself back? Where are you believing that you're not worthy? A lot of this comes from, society's conditioning, programming. Could be, I think it kind of starts in school, because, you'll have the kids that are really good at things, really good at things, that, get top marks for what they do. And then you might not have been one of those. So it creates this division between the kind of winners and losers. So nobody wants to be a loser, right? So it's like, but it creates an impression, I think, on children. And so we grow up with this, you learn your place in the relative collective that you're in at the time. So if you're in a schooling collective, you compare yourself with the A graders, and you might be a C grader, or you might be even below that. So we start to believe, oh well, I'm not an A grader. I'm not going to achieve very much. I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at that. And of course, for the A graders, that's fine, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm really good at this, and so their egos are getting a boost, and their egos are becoming more consolidated in alignment with the success bandwidth width. So they tend to go on, they may have had the parents that are pushing them and saying, come on, you can do this, you can do that. And then the other kids might have had the parents that said, no, you're rubbish, you're not very good at that. You need to work harder, and, put in some more effort. So, and maybe they just couldn't, get their heads around mathematics or whatever. Maybe they're artistic. Maybe they're going to be an amazing musician, and this academic stuff is just not their thing. So, and we don't have the understanding, the teachers don't have the understanding that, well, this individual over here that's not, getting all these marks for the same as this one over here, it doesn't mean that they're any less than that being. It could be that their strengths are somewhere else. Or it doesn't mean that they're any lesser a being. They have a destiny here. They're like here to live a life. They've incarnated. So if we had that kind of broader understanding, that more sort of spiritual consciousness understanding within schooling, then all children would be accepted and loved equally. And maybe they are, in some cases. I'm not saying that they're not, but it could just be subtle programming from teachers or parents about, you need to achieve in order to be worthy of love. So that could be one place where these programs come from, this idea of unworthiness. And then that child grows up, and then the same pattern repeats, because it's reinforced back to them. So it's like they can end up in this unending loop or cycle that just gets played back to them. So as adults, our challenge is to kind of like transform those lack beliefs into empowering perspectives, which are more aligned with the truth of who we really are, which is an intelligent earth being that's here with, a life experience to live and enjoy. And, it's everyone's birthright to live abundantly, to have love, to be love. And I don't mean that in the sense of seeking, love from an external force. I'm already coming from the basis that you understand that, what you seek is not outside of yourself. So it is all within yourself first, and then it can fizzle out into the external world. So, but this society does it backwards. We're taught, to work from the outside in, but actually how reality works is from the inside out. So it's like from the inside to the outward. But we're taught that try and fix all this stuff out here so that you can then be happy. But actually you need to learn that your connection with Source, you as an individual, you as an infinite being, are already free, are already completely free and happy. But as adults, we have to unlayer ourselves. That's not really the right word, but we have to take these layers of conditioning, get rid of them that have been limiting, that have put us in a box or are limiting to who we fundamentally are, which is unlimited, infinite being. So the process of spiritual or conscious life is this de-armoring, you could say. De-armoring, because it's like we've faced many of these battles, with lots of other selves, and it's like, comparing ourselves, and it's this de-armoring and realizing that we're none of that, we're none of the concepts, we're none of the conditioning, and that we are good enough just as we are, just exactly as we are. Whether you've got money, whether you've not got money, it doesn't matter. You're absolutely lovable and worthy because you exist. And consciousness is worthy. How could consciousness not be worthy? How could consciousness not be worthy of anything that you can experience, that you would feel is right, or feels good, or aligned, or joyous? You're here to be joyous, to live a joyful life, to be happy, to find your happiness, to know that you are already perfect, whole and complete, just as you are, and just because you exist. So I feel to complete this video for now, and wish you a beautiful day, and thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, you can subscribe for more updates. So thank you, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again.